Friends.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tales of Eldura. I lost track of which session we're on. Session something
7,
exciting.
8.
Season 2. Yay! We're so happy that you're here. So this evening, are you still on this side?
I'm on that. Yep.
Jonathan and I will be playing Dungeons and Dragons together
Oh,
in
yeah.
our homebrew world of Eldura. And so we will hear from Gareth Stozak, our lovely main character, in just a little bit. But first, thank you, friends in the chat, for hanging out with us. We're super happy that you're here. Thank you to our patrons who sponsor this stream and our Friday stream, Tabletop for Two. I'm sorry that we weren't able to stream on Friday. I was not feeling well after my vaccine, although we're super excited to both have our vaccines and really thankful for that. But I was shivery and couldn't.
No Rona over in this casa. That's what I always say.
You need a timeout.
Yes. But before I take my time out, our stream tonight is sponsored by Aurora. Aurora is the prequel novella for the Age of Azuria high fantasy series, which explores a magical world that teeters on the brink between light and darkness. In this exciting action and magic-packed series filled with druids, pirates, werewolves, and more, ancient forces awaken and new heroes rise to the occasion. But this time, who will prevail? Find out in this exciting epic fantasy series. You can visit bethballbooks.com/join to be part of the Story Enclave and get a free ebook copy of Aurora when you sign up.
And we've just added fiction tiers to our Patreon. And so if you would like D&D rewards and fiction rewards, like a monthly short story and early access to new novellas and novels, that's the perfect place for you to go. And you can head over to patreon.com/GroveGuardianPress to find those rewards.
Yeah, you can. You got choices.
Mm-hmm. Can I say really fast too before we start our stream tonight that it might not come up in the stream, it might come up in our next one, but we use some really cool. I use some really cool tools to prep for our stream tonight. So one of them is Ungen. Is it Dungeon?
Done.
DUNGEN and then DUNGEN dot app to generate. It's not going to be the first. If we even use a map. But the
Who knows
second
what
one
could
is
happen?
what that, anything could happen, but maybe the second map that we use. I also used Lit RPG Adventures, the workshop portion, and the generators, which uses it's AI generated. In this case, creatures. I don't think that we'll be using them in this session. I actually pulled a bit from now I'm missing the names of all the things. I pulled a little bit from Baldur's Gate for this first part, the middle part of today's session, I think. But I just wanted to shout out some really cool tools that helped make my prep a little bit easier. So that was nice.
There's so many amazingly talented people making so much cool stuff for our hobby.
Yeah, I love that. I love living in the future.
Yeah. I think it's cool how there's people have different strengths and talents, and it's really cool, sharing a hobby and then seeing so many people with various strengths kind of pouring their creative energies into that same space for us all to enjoy. You've got map makers, you've got storytellers, you've got amazing coders and data scientists and AI people, and it's amazing.
Artist.
Oh yeah, without saying, it's amazing.
So fun.
It is fun.
Also, thank you to Roll20 for our thing and Tabletop Audio. There's so many good things.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank goodness. All right, honey, should I do the thing that we do?
I think so. Is there anything else we need to cover or talk about?
I don't think so.
right, Gareth, let's hear it. How are you doing?
I'm Gareth Stosdak, heretofore a mild-mannered blacksmith plying my trade the walled city of Respite. When the neighboring city, which happened to be defended by my son, Patrick, was pulled into the negative plane, I resolved, with the help of my dear companions, Tessina and Evelyn, to redeem my son and bring him back to the surface. Little did I know this was but the start of our journey, as we plunged into the negative planes and found the fallen city of Beacon, managing to find Patrick alive, but possessed by a corrupted artifact from my deity, Vulcan, the Lord of the Forge. Donning said mantle, I was granted a vision from Vulcan, parsing it together, having set us on this next leg of our journey. We resolved to go to the nearby Nagata city of Tilvane in order to forge allies and to gather information. In the city, chief character that we've met is Reyna?
Inej?
Renej. Renej, a member of Evelyn's secret order, has resolved to help us, but wouldn't you know, she's got her own task for us to complete as well. We are preparing to assail the Protectorate of Mages, a powerful arcane society supposedly allied with our great foe, Alessandra. I think we stopped on the eve of getting ready to go into our totally not going to be a crap show raid of this lovely place.
I think so too. Is there anything that you would like to do before you take your long rest and dive in? We're also level 8 now as a party. Whoop,
Oh,
whoop.
man. Yeah, Gareth took the observant feat, so now I can read lips if they're spoken in a language. If I can see the lips moving and they're speaking a language that I understand, I can read lips. I also have +5 to my passive perception, so
Wow.
look out. And I got +1 to my wisdom modifier, which is what I was really after, which bumped my wisdom up to 16. So now I have +3 for my clerical spell attacks and whatnot.
You're so powerful.
Yes, I can't be stopped. Tessina took the Warcaster feat. I'm big fans of feats over ability score improvements. They're just so fun. So now she has advantage on concentration checks if she gets damaged to maintain concentration on a spell. And she can, if an enemy provokes an attack of opportunity, she can use her reaction to cast a spell as opposed to being stuck with making a pointless -1 or 2 melee attack for her. So good times over here. What'd you do for Evelyn?
Evelyn, we leveled up our wisdom. I was really excited because I thought we were going to be at 20. For some reason, we are still at 18. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I thought, so we started, that was the highest one. So I did, you do the 15. And then she is an Eladrin, or as a Fae. So that I thought would have been +2 to her wisdom already. Maybe I'm just misremembering. So anyway, we now have 18 for our wisdom, and I can look it up later and make sure that it all went where it was supposed to be. Gareth has no active conditions. Is that what you were sending me?
I just I've been walking around poisoned, marked that I've been poisoned for the last several And I'm wondering if that contributed to my god-awful rolling, because I think D&D
You kept
Beyond
rolling
will
fours.
automatically roll your conditions for you, right? So if you're poisoned, then you have disadvantage on ability checks. Maybe I was just
No.
running around with disadvantage like a
The
goober.
whole campaign.
That's the explanation for what has happened to poor Gareth.
Yeah.
By the flame of the forge, something's gone wrong.
Help. So yeah, I think that sounds great, honey. So yeah, Evelyn, we're keeping it simple over here. I did pick some new spells. I'm excited about our 4th level spells. Right now we are rocking and rolling with Polymorph and Guardian of Nature. 2 of
I
my
love
favorites.
it. So, Gareth is interested in looking for some armor.
Okay. So, where is Gareth going to get this armor? Are you, you can ask your innkeeper and they'll direct you. Do you need just like a different, are you looking for a magical blacksmith? I'm going to pull up our Sylvain map. So, do you want to RP this or do you just like want the armor?
I kind of defer to your judgment there, DM. I don't know that I want to. I'm excited for the action that we have planned later, and I don't want to cut into that with shopping. You switched a screen, and it freaked out. We're starting back up.
Okay, I'm really sorry, everybody.
And we're starting. We're not back yet. It's thinking about it.
Okay. I did.
Here we go. Here it is. Hey, what was reconnecting? Nope. Not back yet.
I'm so sorry, baby.
That's what you
Just
get for
needed to move the map a little.
trying to use the Boom
You
Bunny
always
says
roll with
disadvantage
on
on
internet.
Okay, yes, we're back. Here we are. I don't know how much happened before permanent disadvantage on the internet. That is the case. Also, Boom Bunny. I made Boom Bunny another VIP for our channel because they are always here and they're awesome. So thank you. VIP. I don't know what it means yet, but we're going to find out.
Yeah, and soon we will have stickers, emotes.
Yeah. Okay, I think you were asking me.
Just need to talk to you in the chat.
Yeah. I think you were asking me about if I wanted to play out shopping. I don't want shopping to get in the way of the exciting stuff, the action that we have planned. So I defer to your judgment. If there's stuff that we need to role play, Gareth would be happy to just like, if there's a suit of chainmail that's available that looks like his style or something, that he could zhuzh up a little bit with his fanciness, then I'd be more than happy. I'd be more than satisfied.
Okay, so is this something that you're not trying to make it, you are trying to buy it?
I don't have time to make it. It would take me longer than, we got a heist to do.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll your your new feat. I'll let you do not really a perception. I wanted you to be able to use your fancy new thing, but I don't. Okay. Maybe a survival check for just searching around for stuff in the city.
Survival.
You're you're flying around above the ether. Oh, it looks so different. It's all purple. Ooh.
It makes a big difference when you're not rolling with perma disadvantage.
So our internet is poisoned. We figured it out. Okay. If you're 20, wonderful. In the Travelers District, you find a very reputable fellow blacksmith who tells you so many stories about her forge, and it's passed down through her family through the ages. So it's like a 4,000-year-old
Ooh,
forge.
does she know about
And
Vulcan?
she ask her.
Do I see any like religious iconography or anything around her shop?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. 8.
You think that you see a shrine, but you're not positive. It could just be like a shelf where she has some important stuff sitting.
So, have you heard about Vulcan's forge in the All-Faith Cathedral?
And it's out.
It's a great shame, is it not?
I tried thrice to reignite it and I can't get it.
Myself as well.
You're a follower of Vulcan?
Gareth shifts a little bit and shows his shield with the icon on it.
Chosen of Vulcan. We've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry it took me so long. I didn't realize that I was on an epic quest to restore my god.
Azrael told me she'd figure it out eventually, but I was beginning to lose patience and hope.
Azrael?
She's been hoping that a follower of Vulcan would be the one to restore her by reigniting the flame of the forge and um, helping her to restore her sword, restoring her sword to her hand.
Hmm. Do you know anything more about Azrael? How do you know of Azrael, and what do you know of her sword?
Come with me. She kind of gestures for you to follow through
Oh
this
my.
like glass beaded curtain. It's a different door than the door to the forge, and is instead a like you're not in your house, like at your forge it would be an entrance to your house, and you're not sure where this is going, but it's like kind of a spiral staircase that leads down, and you find yourself in a family temple.
This is wondrous. I've not seen its like since arriving on this blasted plane.
It's not the most religious of spaces, to be sure. Negative planes. And so you see, as you kind of step in, there are 6 pillars, so uh, a row of 3 with 2 on either side. And there's a statue, or not a statue. Yeah, it's more of like a painting with an altar in front of it. That is it's more abstract, but you get that it's a depiction of Vulcan. And then on the floor in front of it, you see a kind of 3/4 size to like your height statue of an angel. Well, not an angel, but a winged being. Sorry, guardians have wings, but
And is this Azrael?
the best depiction of her I could make, yes.
That's fine craftsmanship, that.
Thank you. I wanted to be a sculptor, but that's not the family way for us.
So you follow both Azrael and Vulcan. Azrael's been less than welcoming so far to us.
She cannot really do elsewise, can she, being watched like she is?
Go on.
Azriel is a captive of Alessandra.
Is that am I crazy, or is this the first time that Gareth is hearing about that?
This is the first time Gareth is hearing about
Okay.
that.
I just want to make sure, because
You
I'm
know that
I'm really good at playing D&D. I'm very attentive and I take extensive notes, but
you are really good at playing D&D. There have been hints that Azrael has maybe like been brainwashed by Alessandra or something, but this is the first that you're hearing of specifically.
What is Alessandro with Azriel? Where is she being kept? How did this come to pass? Is Alessandro trying
Ask
to
lots of
take
questions.
Azriel's domain of over death?
Taking the domain over death, well, taking the guardian of death leaves death open, and as one who would change life as we have known it for always, but it is a tempting possibility, no?
I I suppose so. Is there any?
So
Oh, sorry.
I am trying to answer all of your questions and having trouble keeping up with all of them. So please, go ahead.
No, same ones. Is there any note? Do you have any idea where Azriel is being kept by Alessandra? You said she's a captive.
I believe she is beneath the Cold Forge of Vulcan. So the missives that I have had in trying to reach out to speak to her have been difficult to parse.
We were able to communicate with Azriel a relatively short time ago. Is this a recent event, or do you think that Azriel found a way to communicate from her bondage?
Uh, I think that she has found a way to communicate from being bound, being held captive, but communicating and communicating freely are not the same. So I believe that she is watched over and um, kept subdued by the genie Neferi.
I've heard this name.
Is exceedingly powerful.
Well, so is my team. Gareth glances over at, I'm sure, epic looking Tessina, Slobberchops, and Evelyn.
Yeah, Tessina's got Princess Slobber Chops, held with the awesome arms and the wings. Like Evelyn's kind of looking around. She likes the temple pretty well.
We're making a move against Vulcan's enemies imminently, and that's why we came to this place to gather some equipment. I'm hoping to find some armor that will carry me through this next endeavor.
Mm. You need armor to protect you from the ice. Servant of the Forge.
Is that what I can anticipate? I suppose I did hear that Alessandro was having weapons forged of ice and shadow.
Shadow. Protection from the shadow is beyond what I can create for you, but the ice is simpler. The fairies' parents, I'm sure you know that the reproduction among genies is rare. Probably good, would be chaos otherwise, but the fairies' parents were of. Sorry, let me double check that I don't get this backwards. Ah, one of earth and one of fire, um, making her uh, the perfect object for Alessandra to twist the power to negate, as these are Vulcan's elements as well, and so the air alone is left to Vulcan at this point, and so his physical form, the occupation of his forge, is much more difficult. But Alessandra bent Neferi's sires to her will, extracted their power, and imbued the kind of a reversal of it to their offspring, and out of this we have Neferi.
Oh my. This is valuable information. I thank you. I don't suppose you have any plate armor that protects against cold, do you?
Let me see what we can make for you. How about you light the forge for me, and we will see.
Yes, thank you. I kindle the flame.
Okay, how do you do that?
Well, Gareth knows how to ritualistically start a forge going, make it super good. It's not something that I know how to do, but he does it that way. And
Okay.
he might put a little extra Vulcan-y magical zhuzh to the operation.
Okay. Do you say like a prayer to Vulcan?
Yes, Gareth, half under his breath, mostly to himself and to Vulcan and to the forge, says, "Forge Lord, as I light this flame, let it be as a spark let it be as the first spark that ignites the conflagration. May your might and light swell to consume this darkened place, and let me be your hand."
Okay. Would you like to roll a wisdom check for communing in this way with your deity?
Yes.
You can roll with advantage, as you have help.
Let's see here. Please do it good. Straight wisdom. 18.
Plenty. So you finish your prayer, and you feel like a small shift kind of in your heart. Like you think that this time is different than when you were at the All Faiths Cathedral. Like it feels more intimate. You're not surrounded by other weird fire deities. And so kind of feeling that sense in your heart that like, you said it, you already consider it to be done. You take a step back from the altar. And it ignites, and I'm changing the between the pillars, we're adding some things to our little temple.
Good.
Are those oil holder things that are like gold and shiny.
Totally.
Anyway,
Like
so they kind
sensors.
of sensors, yeah, boom 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 boom, ignite as well.
Nice.
And your blacksmith friend walks over to one of them and says, keep one for each of the elements. And so from here, she kind of blows on her fingers, reaches into the flames, extracts a coal, blows it off, takes it over to the altar, kind of kneels down and sets it before and says, let us go up to the forge and see what has been made for you.
Gareth follows her up.
Okay, you go up the stairs again. And what are you picturing?
Like in like an ideal scenario.
What are you picturing what is Gareth picturing as he walks up the stairs?
So, I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool if the two of them kind of put the final details or like the etchings, the arcane etchings onto something that's already close to being done, you know? maybe there's like as we go up, there's a really pretty ornate filigreed plate armor set, and Gareth kind of rejects that one and turns to one that's more functional and like looks more plain but of hardier, sturdier construction. And the two of them kind of use the coal from the censer to heat the tools needed to do the detail work on that for the next hour or so.
Okay. Love it. So you go into the room of the forge, and the forge is already lit, and you see a second fire because you haven't seen her forge yet. You see a second fire, you've seen like through into the room to the side, which you can kind of guess based on where you've been in the house so far, is actually from the forge below. And so sitting in front of that fire is that kind of plain suit of armor like you had imagined. And on the center of the chest, just kind of like hanging from a chain, is the ember that she left in front of the altar. And she says, we have one for each of the basic elements and for this. And she starts carving and hands it over to you. And so you write the runes and inscriptions onto the armor itself.
Nice.
A lot like lighting a charcoal barbecue. Just like hope for the best.
Cool. So we work on that. What is this? What is my new friend's name?
Your new friend's name is Aventurine.
Garrett's into it. Forge the meat into dinner. Cool. So we're gonna work together, and then at the end, Gareth will ask. He's a blunt guy. The Lord of the Forge is a deity of work and worth. What are your wages, adventuring, for this fine piece?
You are going to the forge? True forge?
And I shall reignite it or die trying.
Well, when you come back, I'll tell you my wages.
Gareth throws up an eyebrow, gives a nod, and they do the forearm clasp shake. Both of them have meaty forearms because they're smiths.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Cool. That went well. Very well. Shall be done.
I have waited a long time. I'm glad. I will speak to Azrael on your behalf and tell her you are coming.
Any communication or assistance she wants to send would be most welcome.
We shall see what she does.
I check with the party. Is there anything they need that a blacksmith can provide?
I don't think so. I think Evelyn's pretty well set. I'll double check. What about Tessina?
I don't think that Tessina has anything. She might get some sundry. Like I think in the city, maybe not at this, maybe not at Adventurine's shop, but she wants to pick up some little potion bottles,
Okay.
little vials of things. But I think, and we would if there's like a well-known Nagata storehouse of potions and magical stuff, we would swing by there for sure, but I don't think anything else. stands to
To
mind?
the east of All Faiths, there's a really famous herbalist who I think you guys had heard about before, but now I can't find her in my notes. But yeah, you guys, Evelyn shows you to a really cool herbalist shop. Bah. So those run you, they're 50 gold for a regular healing potion. Wait, do you need healing potions or do you just need, what are you buying?
We would take some healing potions, and we would, if there's anything that's just like jumping out at us, like this, like, wow, this is the thing. Also, real quick before we do that, should I put down armor of cold resistance plate?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Perfect.
Is that an option?
Yep. Yay. Super excited about my fancy armor.
I'm so glad.
It's the first thing that I've had to attune to.
Ooh, you should have had to attune to your shield and your tattoo.
Oh. I thought my shield after getting rid of
I meant your old shield.
gotcha. Yeah. Cool. My AC is 22 now. I'm so cool.
Yeah, nothing's ever gonna hit you ever again.
That's not true. Okay, sorry. We were in the magic shop.
You're in the magic shop. You find 3 healing potions.
Okay, we buy them.
So those are 140 total,
Okay.
140 GP. Tessina's sundry things are 5 gold. Between Evelyn and Tessina restocking some of their herbalism-y things, that's another 5.
Okay. Cool. Done.
Yay!
And let me mark down my potions that I have them. I'm going to make sure that I have a potion of healing. Tessina has a... Stuff's important. It's good to not be dead. I'm going to make sure that Tessina gets a potion of healing. And does Evelyn have a potion of healing?
I think so. Why don't you keep it for now, so that way I don't have to figure out how to put it in. And then if she doesn't have one,
Okay.
you can do that.
Sounds good. Okay, so we make sure to get as much rest as possible and prepare to set out for the rendezvous with Renej.
Nice. So you have how's Gareth feeling about traversing the ether?
He's pretty nervous, but he's feeling kind of excited. I mean, especially having the experience with Aventurine and having that go so well. And like, I feel like this is the first time in a while that he's felt like he's on the path that he's supposed to be on. He's kind of he feels like he's got Vulcan's kind of nod, like, hey, you're doing it right. Do this thing. And so he's feeling a little bit more certain. And he's fighting back his concern over the fate of Melina's soul.
That's good. Okay. Cool.
And then I think that at some dramatic point, he'd probably say, I'm coming.
Are you talking to Melina or to Vulcan?
Or to Alessandra.
Ooh.
Ooh, it could be anything.
Asriel.
Or Azriel.
So dramatic and unknown.
I'm enigmatic.
Okay, enigmatic Gareth. It's time. So you hear a on your door the next morning.
Gareth's already up.
Okay.
Tessina.
It's time. All right, it's Evelyn this time.
Tessina, wake up.
Tina's there too. Sorry. Is it time to go to the... I slept so poorly. I was really scared about getting lost in the ether, and then all my dreams were about being drugged down deeper into it by ghosts.
Well, you're the one that's going to protect us from the ghosts, so just do your thing. You've got this.
That's why they captured me, and then Astrid took over my body.
Gareth looks at Tessina's shadow, Astrid. Are you going to be a problem?
Shadow shakes its head.
Tessina would also, as they are kind of gathering and getting ready to leave, mention that if anything goes terribly wrong, then she can make herself fly. So it's not something to worry about too much.
That is a comfort. I also can fly now.
Gareth is like standing back, looking at and like Princess Slobberchop's just kind of flapping.
Uh-huh.
And so I'll just plummet to my undeath.
It's true. I wonder if you would die or if you would be fine.
Well, on that note, so we head out. Is Renej there?
So you leave your room, you go downstairs, you step out of the inn, and pop! From the shrubbery in front of your inn is Renej.
Classy.
It's been months since I saw you also. It's good to see you again.
Renej, lead the way. I understand that we're supposed to grab our bird.
Yeah, you're a bird. Great. Okay.
It's right around
I lost
here.
Renej's voice. But
we grab the phoenix and we follow Renej to the All Faiths Cathedral.
The phoenix. You fly down to All Faiths Cathedral. So it's about an hour later. Tessina keeps like really tight hold of either your like wrist or hand. Like she's pretty worried, especially after having such a rough night of bad dreams. Is there anything you need to do before setting off to the dark of the ether?
I don't think that we have anything in particular that we want to precast, but he would, as he always does, use his forge ability to make his shield magical.
Okay. So Renej leads you all kind of this sneaky back way through a maze in the All Faiths on the backside to say they don't really like people to be just maneuvering through the ether in whichever way they want. They don't want people getting lost or dead or whatever. So, but I charted away this morning. It only took me like 3 months, so I'm back and ready to go.
Oh, it only took you 3 months. What do you mean? To figure out the route?
Well, yes. It's not nothing to travel through the ether, and while time works differently there, it still passes. And so this time was really lucky. It's taken me a couple years before. Very frustrating.
Yes, let's try to avoid that if we can. We're in your hands, Mistress Renej.
So follow me. She kind of dives off the cliff into the ether.
Oh, here we go.
And you see like wings expand.
We dive off after.
She almost immediately disappears. It's like 60 feet later. You can dive in that direction. It's just hard.
We do.
Gareth, roll.
Oh, God. By the flame in the forge!
Roll first a survival check.
Survival. I actually do pretty well with survival checks when I don't talk about how I do well with them. So a total of 11.
Okay.
I rolled a 4, so 4.
11. And I also need con saving throws from everybody. See how well you manage the ether.
Tessina rolled a 19. Evelyn rolled an 11. Gareth rolled an 11.
Gareth, roll a d4 for me.
Okay. I'm sure this is good, right? Permanent +4 to my health.
Gareth, the effort of navigating this phoenix through the ether costs 4 years of your life.
Just like as he's plummeting through the ether, just kind of screaming. Just he has kind of some gray and white anyway. He's not just a spring chicken. I think you'd be able to see those 4 years show up. His beard grows.
Have Tessina roll a d8.
Tessina's gonna roll a d8. 3.
Okay. For Tessina, it's 3 months worth of effort. Evelyn is at 2 years. So Gareth, as you fly the Nagata through the ether, darkness surrounds you and your senses fail. Your ears are filled with the sounds, first of screaming, your own, later that of your companions, and layering beneath screams of your immediate environment, and then that of kind of swooping of souls as you fly through. You hear the voices of your loved ones. So you hear Lena, you hear your father, you hear your grandfather, you alarmingly hear Patrick. Even though Evelyn and Tessina, even though Evelyn and Tessina are behind you, you hear their voices coming from different places in the ether. And you start to see ghost forms kind of swooping in and out around you. And so some of them are pale gray. You see some that glow a bright blue. You see others that are just kind of like a golden ball that kind of drift along. And each one carries with it a really strong kind of emotional punch. And so some you feel this like great weight and sadness. Others seem to be kind of light and lively and full of potential. But it's all of this and navigating your way through it, finding your way to the Protectorate of Mages. That is so... Whew.
Lily has smoked literally 1 pack of cigarettes.
So, Gareth, roll a d6.
No, I don't want to roll anymore. It's always bad. 6?
Okay. I'm going to change our map again, so everybody like hold tight. Let me get us over here. Let me get our people.
The internet didn't immediately freak out, so...
I think I accidentally grabbed our like logo-y thing. Okay, sorry, let me get you to the right entrance. Oops, too big. Small. Okay. Let me make sure. Can you see them? Can you see the things I just set down?
I cannot see anything except for a big black square. I think maybe the...
I have the fog of war turned on. Do you remember how I turn it off?
So you have to reveal areas of the map. Yeah, and you can also help me out too by hitting shift if you have the select tool, shift and long clicking, and it'll drag my screen to wherever the area of interest is.
Things happening. Reveal areas.
You have to like draw squares.
Shift, pokey. Oh, maybe we need to.
Ah, I see us.
Okay. Oops. Okay, sorry.
Hey, we just got raided.
That's pretty
Greetings,
cool.
Ash and Works.
Sorry.
We've just
Hello, everyone. They've just arrived for me to struggle with the reveal areas of the map.
This is what it is. We've just landed. We're just assailing the Protectorate of Mages, hopefully.
So, Gareth, as you remember from our last stream, the Protectorate, and sorry, you guys should be over here. You know that the Protectorate takes on a different form for each set of visitors who arrive.
Right.
So, what you see before you is a dense, vast forest.
So real quick, as we were swooping through the ether, Gareth is aged 4 years. Do I see Renej, who I'm trying to follow? Do we land on like a platform island? Where have we gone from? I got confused between the flying through the mist, getting old, everything's scary and terrible, and then suddenly there's a forest.
Sorry. Okay. So it seems to be that there's suddenly a forest, and you hear Renej's voice kind of calling out of the ether and calling from the forest ahead of you to follow her. So like she's calling this way. And so you kind of land with the phoenix on the edge of this path. And you can tell that you're at some sort of an opening here. And Renej is kind of floating at the entrance and kind of looks at the three of you and, well, did that go well for everyone?
Gareth looks over with his long white beard. That was the longest, shortest flight of my life.
First flight of your life, though, isn't it? One of the first? You're new to flying?
Not that new. Anyway, where are we? What is this?
We seem to have arrived at the Protectorate, and it was a swamp earlier, so not sure, but I think we'll need to navigate our way through this forest. I was going to attempt to, if it's all right with you, ward off any over air aggressors. I think what you'll need to do is find your way in.
What could be simpler? How's the visibility here? Can I see, is it foggy? Is it nighttime energies?
There's fog kind of behind you where the ether is. And the lighting is kind of early sunsetty, so there's a slight red glow. But this is the most pleasant the temperature has been for you in weeks. There's a slight humidity to the air, like you're not wanting to cough. You don't feel like the oppressive weight of the negative planes in the same way that you usually do. It feels a little bit like respite back in the Witchwood.
I like it. I'm gonna check with my team, and I'm gonna suggest that I go first. I'm feeling especially hardy today, and I'll lead everybody by like 15 or 20 feet, and
Okay.
I'll go like kind of this path,
Okay.
and then just encourage everybody else to follow behind me.
Okay. And so Renej says, best of luck with the maze. If I don't see you sooner, then I will hopefully see you later.
That is, I can see after Renej leaves, I check on Evelyn. And So was it communication problems that ended up hurting things between the two of you, or?
I don't know how you guessed, but it did not help. Um, to be sure.
I can see that. As we go, I'm making sure to make extensive use of my sweet +5 to passive perception. My passive perception is now 18, so observant.
Honey. Uh-huh.
And yeah, just
Okay.
going slow and being careful.
So, Gareth, as you slowly walk through the dense forest, and there is a path for sure. You can see it's like, kind of pressed leaves and dirt and worn. Maybe it's a dry riverbed, you're not sure, but you can tell that you're definitely on a path through this forest. And up ahead, the road diverges. Would you like to take the leftmost path or the right?
From where I'm at now,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go left path.
Okay. I clicked for reveal. Sorry, sometimes it gets mad at me. Oh, it's like the opposite. Did it get darker?
Nope, nothing's happened on my end.
There we go. Sorry.
I go
So you keep
forward.
going. Unfortunately, you hit a dead end.
Is there anything at the end of the dead end?
You roll a perception check with your 5. Oh, is that right?
I only get it to my passive perception.
Okay.
16 for a perception check.
Okay.
What is?
Um,
Why would this be here?
you find an obsidian crystal.
Ooh. Does it seem magical in nature?
Roll an arcana check.
I rolled a 0. How did that
You're
happen?
not very sure.
D20. Oh, I rolled a 4. This seems pretty useless. Gareth tosses it to Tessina and takes the other path.
Okay.
Can Tessina make a check with it?
Sure.
She actually has proficiency in Arcana. She got a 15.
Okay. We can. I'm sorry. I can't do both of these things at the same time. Need you to hang on one second. Yeah, Tessina, we can figure out what the stone does for you later. It seems like it does have some sort of magical property. It's maybe not very strong, but it seems like it might do something.
Cool.
And so, well, honey, I can go ahead and tell you. So what the obsidian crystal does is it functions like the shoot, now I'm forgetting the name of the spell. The spell where you instead of falling to 0 HP, you fall to 1.
Death Ward.
Okay, so it is 1 automatic cast of Death Ward for you.
I like it.
And with Tessina's experience with necromancy and everything, I'll say that she actually can pick that up pretty quickly. And speaking of, Gareth, you notice a creature floating in the woods in front of you.
Does it look threatening?
It actually does not look threatening. Like it doesn't make a move to attack you, at least.
Gareth will kind of hold his shield in front of him and like look around it carefully. Is it humanoid?
It's humanoid. It looks like a dryad ghost.
Uh-oh. Okay.
You see her kind of holding tight to one of the trees. Hello.
Oh. Greetings.
What are you?
I'm Gareth Stosdak. A forge cleric.
It's nice. Did you come here to see us?
Well, we came here trying to go to the Protectorate of Mages. Do you know the direction?
You're in the Protectorate of Mages.
Oh, good. Good we made it.
You made it. Welcome.
Do you happen to know where any libraries or vault of valuables or anything like that? Which direction would that be? I'm a little turned around.
Well, you have to make it through the maze.
Ah. And can you help me make it through the maze?
Maybe. But Matilde will help you when you get to the middle.
Good. Good. And where's Matilde? You're not Matilde?
No.
Who are you?
Oh, my name. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, which way is Matilde?
Oh, she's towards the middle of the maze.
Is that beyond you, or do we need to backtrack?
Can go beyond me, but you won't get very far.
What does that mean?
Come here.
I think that saving distance between us is a good idea. You seem really nice and
Oh,
everything.
honey, my sound cut out. I'm so sorry. My sound cut out. Can you say that again?
Oh, can you hear me?
Huh? I don't know what happened.
Oh. I'm gonna keep my distance, saving room for the growth of friendship. But
That is nice.
yes.
People are normally so nice here. Well, it's a dead end behind me.
Good. Thank you for telling us. I think
Welcome. Good luck with the things in the forest.
yes. We'll keep an eye out. Is there anything in particular that I should be especially scared of?
You'll know it when you see it.
Good. I'm gonna call you, Susanna.
That's nice. What does it mean?
It means nice ghost lady.
It's interesting.
Gareth is gonna say, okay, bye-bye, Susanna. And just kind of
Bye-bye, Gareth.
nope out of there and take the southern
Okay.
branch.
All right. Give me 1 second and I'll reveal what's up here. Gareth, with your passive perception,
That's right.
You definitely you see something up ahead. A dead body. It has been pierced with thorns. And looks kind of like it died in a horrifying way.
Dead body, pierced with thorns, died in a horrifying way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Your passive perception is 15?
18 now.
18, I'm sorry. And you hear a in the forest ahead of you. Where? Hang on.
Oh.
Where a shambling mound kabwa, it bursts out of the forest.
It's happening. That's the thing.
That show we watched with Katie Sackhoff, Another Life, the plant thing that was like a Venus flytrap that was like, ah, and yelled really scary. This is like that. It's like a very aggressive shambling mound and it runs straight at you. Roll initiative.
Wow. Okay. Here we go. Gareth. Click Gareth. I'm going to roll initiative. Ooh, he did good. for Tessina. I'm going to roll initiative. She did not so good.
Evelyn didn't do so great either. Oops. Did it wrong. Sorry. My turn. Evelyn rolled a 12. Shambling mound. They're not very fast. Rolled a 10. Oh, how did I get 12?
I think it stole Evelyn's 12.
I think it did too. Okay, so Gareth, let me make my screen just a little bit wider. You get to go first. Is it okay?
Yeah, so it's big and scary.
Big and scary, leafy tendrils reaching out towards you, wide open, very pointy teeth with a dead body behind it.
Awesome. So Gareth is going to do something cool.
Okay.
He's going to meet it, stopping in the path. This is what we trained for. And Gareth, for his bonus action, is going to cast Searing Smite.
Cool.
Which, the next time I hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, my weapon flares with white-hot intensity and the attack deals an extra fire damage and causes the target to ignite in flames. So that's my bonus action to cast that, and he's going to make a melee attack with his mace of awesomeness. And hopefully this will hit. Hiya! Maybe. Whopping 5? Are you kidding?
That does
3 plus 2. Why is it 3 plus? Oh, it's just plus. Sorry, that didn't take into consideration my other stuff. Can I roll again, or do you want me to keep the?
You can roll again.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why it's action. Wow. So I rolled a 1 plus 4.
Okay.
How terrible. Okay, so Gareth has a flaming forge hammer and just runs up and biffs it.
So you said you rolled a 1?
Yep.
So as you strike at the thing, it just kind of absorbs the war hammer.
My flaming warhammer? Oh.
It doesn't, but it like kind of wraps it in vines with a like, I didn't do that noise all, but anyway, like this gloopy sound, and extinguishes the fire.
How terrible. Okay.
At least as far as you can tell, it doesn't seem to be very fazed by the fire at all.
Okay. It's happening, Gareth repeats.
Okay. I think you're really funny. So Evelyn is going to go next. And she is going to do something really cool. We might just stick with Primal Savagery since we like it so well. Gosh, if we can even get there.
Yeah, I think that's part of the suckiness.
The challenge. Ooh, okay. So Evelyn is going to run up here with you. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And she kind of throws out her hand at the gross plant creature. And this I can't use Charm Monster, can I?
Depends on what it is.
Shambling Mound is a plant.
Yeah.
Is there a Charm Plant?
I think Charm Monster is like the higher level form of Charm Person, and Charm Monster works against, doesn't it specify creature?
There's a creature you can see within
Yeah.
range. So that's anything, right?
That's anything, yeah.
Cool. We make the Shambling Mound roll. It rolled an 8 and a 10. Plus its wisdom, 0. So this giant plant monster kind of like freezes on its path for a second. The vines release your hammer.
Give me that back.
And it kind of like tilts its head at Evelyn.
Evelyn, what are you doing?
I charmed it.
How long can you do that for?
I've never done it before.
I like how you just came out with the big guns. First thing.
It looked like it was going to eat you, so
Yeah.
I thought it would be helpful.
Maybe it can scout ahead for us.
All right. I'll need you to act as our guard and guide. We're getting to the center of the maze.
Take us to Matilde.
You hear this kind of rambly voice. It starts kind of rumbling along. It rolls over the dead body ahead of it, and the body just kind of like boom, boom, boom.
Gareth will definitely check the dead body.
Okay. What are you checking for? Or while you
What
check,
is
why
it?
don't you roll?
How did it die? And is there anything good on it?
Okay. So as you check the dead body, it seems that it definitely got its face is pretty purple. It's a pale gray Nagata, relatively young. You do find 10 gold on the body and a mysterious potion.
Ooh. We love mysterious potions.
But you can kind of see from the like bloated face and the like puncture wounds around the body, it looks like the Shambling Mound got it.
Cool.
So the Shambling Mound goes off ahead. It's not going to do the best job at navigating the maze. You watch as it kind of drifts in and out of forest and kind of churns through things in its wake and bounces along. So it's going to do the best that it can.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'm going to open up some areas as you follow the Shambling Mound for a few minutes.
Okay. Oh my, what a maze.
So it does its best. Shambling Mound.
I like that it's like too big for the hallways too.
Yeah, it's having a little bit of a hard time.
Oh goodness.
It's kind of frustrated. You just hear the kind of growling up ahead.
And Evelyn's keeping... Evelyn, you'll give us a warning before you lose control of it, right?
Yes. All right, I'm having a hard time getting everybody to move along. I'm Princess Slobberchops. Got a little behind. Gareth, do you think that you should lead because the plant monster seems to be having a little bit of trouble?
Sure.
So the shambling mound is going to move back out of the way a little bit so you can get past. All right, I just didn't want the like whole crux of the thing to be you following a shambling mound as I like just take it on the straightest route forward.
All right, so I'm
Which way you want to go, left or right?
watch. I'll go left.
Okay.
I mean, Gareth's left, so he'd be.
Oh, sorry. Left. There's nothing there, so you go the other way.
I do.
Okay. Ba ba ba.
Is it quiet? Are there like things in the woods?
So there are no birds singing, which kind of weirds you out. As you get closer, you noticed a voice when you were kind of first following the shambling mound. It was hard to hear over the shambling mound at first because it kind of talks to itself as it rambles along. But then you started to hear a chanting voice, and kind of a sing-song. Sometimes you understand the words in the language, sometimes you don't. But you catch, entrust thy journey to me, or ring the death bell. Seek from here peak. So you hear some chanting.
We will proceed very carefully and as quietly as possible towards this opening and peek in and see what we see.
Roll a stealth check.
I roll those with disadvantage. I will do my best.
All anybody can do.
Stealth check. Here we go. Terrible.
Okay. As you notice the noise kind of stop as you keep going. You think that maybe it heard you. If it didn't hear you, then it definitely heard the shambling mound. Hello.
Oh, we're over here in the center of the maze. Matilde.
Matilde. I'm Matilde. A dark blue feminine figure with really long sweeping horns appears at the edge of the maze. And you have found Matilde the hag.
Gareth chokes back. Do you want to pause there? Or
okay.
If you want to talk to Matilde, we can talk to Matilde. It was just later than.
Yeah, sure. We can pick up with Matilde next week.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
I like dungeony things, and I think that Matilde seems interesting. And
she's really cool.
I was really excited about meeting Aventurine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to figure out what this mysterious potion does. And I think Evelyn is cool for charming a shambling mound.
I think so too. I don't think I've ever used that spell before.
Charm monster's no joke.
It worked pretty well.
It'll get you. It'll get you.
Now we have a pet shambling mound.
Yeah, forever.
Could go wrong.
It totally doesn't wear off in like 10 minutes. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. Okay, so we will see everybody next week for more Tales of Eldura. If you are free on Friday at 8 p.m., we will be streaming Tabletop for Two, where we will be finally talking about how to make your settings feel really vibrant and exciting.
Yes, and thank you so much to our patrons who support all of our video content. They get a one-on-one D&D adventure and map and NPC and new creature and item, and they get all kinds of good stuff for being patrons. You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Grove Guardian Press. Yeah.
Well, thank you, friends in chat, for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you all. This will be up on YouTube as well later on.
And thank you, YouTube viewers.
Yeah. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go have some ice cream.
Oh, yeah. Ice cream o'clock.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.